Okay, so it's pretty obvious people are moving. They're moving up, down, left, and right. We've worked out why, where, and how that translates into dollars and cents in property and capital growth. Stay tuned. Very confusing.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes. Myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak, episode 531. COVID causing suburb migration, which we're seeing a lot. We're seeing specific areas just have tremendous growth and above normal growth and above, you could even say, COVID growth, because a lot of suburbs have gone up, but there are some in particular that have gone up significantly more. Talking 40%, 50%, up to 70% in 12 months.
You said significant.
Significant.
Significant?
Significant. Significantly. Up to 70% this year, which is, and we're not talking on a house price point of like 200 grand. These houses were already 1.5. So to go up 70% is huge. Mark, we're seeing this trend, and it's not a 2-month trend. It's now an 18-month trend. When will it stop?
Yeah.
Will it stop?
Yeah. And it's it goes a little bit something like this. We've been saying seed change, tree change. I've been calling it the good life. And people have been seeking out the good life. It's their life. It's their dream. Everyone's different. But the good life for a lot of people is not particularly around the CBD of Sydney. It's changed. It's not sexy anymore. It's even not around areas like Neutral Bay, Mossman, inner west. People are not attracted to that like they used to be. So if anything, they're actually decentralising. And what we've noticed about the beaches is unfortunately, people are decentralising from the northern beaches. So we're losing people out of the northern beaches. And where are they going, Burge? What do you reckon?
Central Coast and places like, more so like your farm areas. Byron Bay, those sort of areas. But
Port Macquarie, Coffs, Gosford, Newcastle.
Oh, God, no. No, more than 6 hours. Don't worry, I got half family from there. So that's where we see people leave from northern beaches.
Yeah, and which is a worry, because if people are leaving from the northern beaches, prices are going to either stay level, go down, right? Because it's a less sought after product. But here's the kicker. We're now getting people from eastern suburbs, lower North Shore, St. Ives, upper North Shore, your Neutral Bay, your all those sort of areas. So those people that were in the inner rung of the city, which is the core, the next rung out, which was those sort of, your Neutral Bay, Mossman, North Sydney sort of people and that around there. Then there's that, where will the next rung out? So people have just moved like one rung out. So fortunately, we've been a bit of a hot topic and a hot property, because people have left. They've taken their money and run, but then people have come in. So where this is relevant to everyone today is work this out for your suburb. Are you the suburb people are flocking to? Are you the suburb that people are flocking away from? And furthermore, how does that tie into the value? Because, if you're taking in more than you're losing, your prices are going up hardcore.
Yeah, simple supply demand, and more properties coming on the market than buyers coming in. And you can check that by sale rates and alternatively the sale pricing. The big shift is what you ask, why people they leave now. People will live in the city, the CBD, Neutral Bay, for nightlife and coffee culture. Neutral Bay, that sort of shopping precinct, the mums, the dads walking around. Like they weren't as attracted to a beach, more walk paths, but the shops and the sort of the eating, sitting down eating, and obviously the city, the partying, the pubs, that's all gone. So
they're not lockdown friendly.
They're not lockdown friendly, but also they're affluent areas. If they don't like what's going on, they can generally move. So I think Northern Beaches has been pretty blessed. It'd be the equivalent of someone selling a 2 million Northern Beaches home, going to Coffs Harbour and being like, wow, everything's 500 grand. I'll take 2, or I'll buy this one, I'll build. We're sort of getting that a little bit from people who are eastern suburbs, city, who had a much higher, within reason, price point, or they had the same price point for a lot less. So they're still spending 1.5, 2.5, but they'll get an apartment or 2 better. But now it's like, I'm getting a house or this land, and then the price just surged. So we're quite fortunate. We had the migration from a very affluent area. And the Central Coast has experienced that as well. I think behind us in search views, Central Coast on realestate.com, I think search views, Central Coast was first. People looking in that area and their prices skyrocketed. Not so much as ours, so we had less views, but more people moving in. So it's interesting.
So that's what's happening the last 18 months. Here's the kicker. If you're trying to work out the property market, tell me what you reckon the next 18 months looks like. Because if you work that out, then I think you're actually seriously making some money out of property again. Something to think about, guys, is also borders. At the moment, it's been 6 million people buying and from 6 million people. What happens when 6 billion people buy from 6 million people? And what I mean by that, if you're on a world city shopping list and you're looking at making a sea change, tree change, because you got the shits with England, you got the shits with America, you got the shits with China, where's your city of choice? So if Sydney is on the top of the shopping list, which I genuinely think it is, what do you reckon? You reckon?
Not now. We're getting ripped by so many American and English news hosts and podcasts and so is New Zealand, locking down with one case. But up until, backtrack a couple months, yes, top of the shopping list. But if you jump on Twitter and you're in that sort of political world, there are so many Americans ripping into Australia right now, calling it a police state, because they're just showing videos. We're not seeing it as much on Northern Beaches, but out west, they're like showing army helicopters flying around, seeing if there's people breaking the rules. They showed this morning, they're showing videos of 12-year-old girls being pepper sprayed and thrown to the ground out west for not wearing masks. So, but hey, I'm sure a lot of people don't see.
We're not on. And also.
But that's why why countries will be on the shopping list. So just to backtrack.
Yeah, I think New Zealand would be on the top of the shopping list. I think Sydney, Australia would be on top of the shopping list. I think Canada would probably be on top of the shopping list. These are livable cities. Maybe not so livable at the moment, but sustainable. Why? Education, good. Economy, good. Investment sort of property market economy is good. It's got a lot of pluses. Safety, crime, it's good. I think what's interesting is we may think we've seen a whopper of a property market, but potentially when we open our borders and we start getting people coming in, I think you may see some big bucks coming into Australia, and that could then have another surge for property.
100%. I reckon. Well, and while we have the COVID environment, the financial market's going to stay bumping it up. Low interest rates encourage spending, encourage property, because I don't think our government can risk slowing the market down as much as we've discussed this before. It needs to. Newport, 70% growth in 12 months. Sounds great. But I don't.
It sounds good. And if you look at an average suburb, and this is pretty exciting. If you look at an average suburb, right? Check this out.
Yeah.
This is an average suburb. It's Chroma, right? And look at that number on below it, Burge. Can you see that?
No, I'm blind.
So 172% capital growth in 10 years. Not only is that double, which is 100%, it's another 70% on top of double.
Yeah.
That's a 10-year average on what pricing has done for the suburb. That is just incredible.
That's crazy because so then, okay, put it this way. Last year when they were at 80%, we were like, we generally see 100% every 10 years. We expect another 15-20%. So have we then done the next 10 years almost in 8 months? That'd be
almost.
We've done our next decade, 2020 to 2030 growth.
Absolutely. Now, to support what we're saying about this suburb migration and what people are moving, if I look at Mossman, if an average suburb on the Northern Beaches is sitting at 175%, a suburb like Mossman, where should that sit, Michael?
Oh, you would think, being old fancy Mossman, would be 176. It must be more.
Okay. There you go.
You want to read it? Higher.
Still that growth. 138%.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone's going, what the hell do these numbers mean? Well, if you had $1 million in Chroma, you double your money plus 750 grand on top.
Yeah, 2.7.
If you were in Mossman, you would double your money plus 300 grand on top. So
2.3.
it's been, I think it actually works out a bit different, but that's significant. Like, that just goes to show that the migration of people decentralizing out of the city.
Yeah.
And that affecting property prices.
True. Alrighty. Anything else? I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Migration. It's happening. It's real. And keep an eye out for the international when the suburb migration when the internationals come to town.
Very true. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
See you, everyone. Love you. See you. Bye.